Okay. Itamiksistiko. Good day. It is sometime around 1 o'clock in the PM on Friday, the 26th of April, 2024, in the lunar cycle Matsui Kapisaki the frog moon. And I'm here at Riverstone, figuring I'd take a little walk, see what new wildflowers and stuff are cropping up here. Sometimes, well, they definitely got some nice plants along in Riverstone here. Oh shoot, I should have brought a root digger. Oh well, we'll just look today. And I need to do some updates, it seems, because it's been kind of a crazy week. Some of you may have read or seen some stuff posted about me on social media, disturbing stuff. So I feel like I have to give my side of the story, put my side of the story on record, because there's some pretty rank accusations going on out there. So yeah, let's take a walk and we'll get into it. One of those western white butterflies been seeing visiting the moss phlox. That's the phlox right there. Wee little flowers. Sometimes they come in a kind of a pink hue too. Here's something. This little yellow flower here. This is a wild parsley. Sometimes call it Mucinian, but you can eat the leaves, and it has that parsley garnish leaf flavor. And if you dig up the root is just a very bland, starch white root, kind of like a biscuit root, and you can use it like a biscuit root. Basically, grind it up, cut it up, and use it to thicken stews and soups and stuff like that. Or you can just roast them like potatoes and stuff. Waiting for the wind to die down before I start my story. Here's a little yellow violets. And yellow violets, the entire plant, like the greens and the flowers themselves, are edible. We have a vetch of some kind coming up here. I should already know this even from the base plant, but I don't. And I'm going to be leading a wildflower eco tour coming up in May, on May 19th, for the Nature Center. So if you want to sign up for that, that's where you'd go sign up for it. But I am going to brush up on my vetches and such that I don't recognize between now and then, because they'll certainly be blooming. Got another western white flying around here. Just seeing them and the fire-rimmed tortoiseshell visiting the vetch or the moss phlox. pop in and see if there's any rattlesnakes up. Just some old shed skin in here. No live snakes. Somebody caved in part of this den the other year on purpose, I think. Trying to exterminate snakes. And they haven't been back there in the same way since. So I guess it worked, but the den that's more populated now that I know in Riverstone is much closer to the homes than this one. So, in my opinion, I should have left it alone. Let's move on. That I'm going to get an opportunity to really get out of this wind. So whether or not I end up posting this video, I got to review it first and see if it's going to be too windy. But let's get into the story. Okay, so Chris and I broke up back in January. And I've went through that, what was going on there. But we broke up, everything was amicable, everything was cool, you know. Well, you know, as cool as it could be for the circumstances. And, you know, since then, I've maintained a little bit of contact with her, and as well as some of her other family members. Her mom was still kind of on social media connected with me, her other sisters, and her younger sister in particular, you know, oh, hold on, look at this. This is another wild parsley, this white one. And same thing as with the Mucinian in terms of how you can use it and stuff, but this one's much more kind of rare in Lethbridge. So it's cool that we're getting to see it here. Also, I'm noticing that just over here we got the wild onion coming up here, and it's gonna bloom pretty soon too. You can see the little bud there, but yeah, this is a wild onion. Okay, so little sister and I, we're messaging fairly regularly, and I start helping her out with stuff. Like, you know, sometimes she'll need to go grocery shopping, so I'll bring her into town and take her in the kids grocery shopping. Or, you know, a week or two ago, she wanted to buy a couch. She was going to spend like $900 on a new couch, and then I helped her find a decent used one for like $30, and I hauled it out there. So stuff like that, but you know, we're hanging out and clandestinely, and you know, to me it had kind of a double appeal. Is like, you know, she's a damsel in distress, needs help, and on top of that, there's the taboo factor. We're not really supposed to be even associated with that, you know. So, but it is what it is. And then, any case, on Monday, this past Monday, I was out working. I was doing deep root fertilizing on trees, and my work truck had just broken down, and we were going to haul it back to the shop, but that means my day was going to be over. Hey, so just as that's, you know, being dealt with, little sister gives me a call, and she'd been drinking a little bit, and she didn't like it. She didn't want to be drinking. She just went through a detox not long ago, and so she has some little relapses and stuff. But she thought, she asked if I could come out there, pick her and the kids up, and maybe take a drive to the mountains and just kind of like reset. Hey, go look at some stuff in the mountains and put away the booze and stuff, and who knows, you know. So after I deal with the work truck situation, I went home and got ready and drove out to her place. Now, it's always a little like dangerous to go out there, even just to like pick her up or drop something off, because her mom and brother live right across the street, and she's got a baby daddy who lives, you know, just a few houses down or something. And but in any case, I pull up and I park behind the house, you know, in the hopes that my truck won't get spotted by anybody that might recognize it. And I go in, and I'm not there even like 15 minutes or so. And there's a knock at the door, and it's Chrissy, and I can see her mom marching across the street too. And so I guess, you know, little sister had asked Chrissy to bring her some cigarettes or something like that, and then forgot about it. And so they were showing up, and we were both scared, and she told me to hide in her bedroom, and I did. And then once Chrissy came in and she realized who it was, like the little sister realized it was her, then she came back in and told me I should get in her closet, which I did, even knowing this is a real bad situation, because you know, I was kind of gotten a little comfortable. Came in and I put my things down, like I had a hoodie, my sunglasses, my phone and keys and stuff. I had an overshirt, I took that off, and it was all sitting on the other side of the house from where I was in the back bedroom closet. And so and my truck was out back, and yeah, I was worried that they were either going to spot that stuff or my truck. And it was like right away, because I think I heard her mom say something about how she recognized the truck. And she came, I heard her march back, open the bedroom door, and then march over to the closet, and I knew what was next, eh? So she opened the closet. There I was, looking guilty as could be, you know. And and so she calls to Chrissy, and Chris comes busting in, and of course is automatically in a mad rage. Why am I at her sister's house? Why am I in her sister's closet? What the fuck's going on? Am I fucking her sister? And she's, you know, she just starts wailing into me, trying to beat me up. And, you know, of course in my mind right away, like, all I wanted to do is get out of there, right? I got to get out of here. I got to get my stuff on the other side of the house and get out of here, because I'm just going to get, you know, I'm just going to sit here and have to take getting beat up, because I can't fight back, you know, as a girl. And so, and, you know, I can't really do much of anything, right? Because, like, in martial arts, you learn there's safe distances. And it's like all the way out of range is safe distance. And then a fair, you know, your next best thing is to go all the way in to grapple and be right pressed against them. So you're not within punch and striking range, basically. But when you're trying to wrestle a raging person, and you don't have time to be taking them down and stuff. It's too dangerous for that. She was calling out to her mom to try to get her brother from across the street to come help her, beat me up. And I really didn't want him to come over because I didn't want to have to actually, fight and potentially anybody get hurt, like bad hurt. So I just tried the best I could to keep myself from getting too injured as I fought my way through the house to get my stuff. Of course, because I stayed within that strike range, she wasn't unsuccessful. She did get in some good punches, and she busted my mouth open pretty good. And then, and along the way, she also tore my shirt off. And when I grabbed my keys, it was so frantically moving that I didn't even notice, but I'd hit the panic button on the keys, and so out in the backyard, my truck was going, wah, 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 wah. And I come bursting out the back door, shirtless, and bloody mouth, and truck going off. And I think she chucked a can of soup at me on my way out the door, like a thick, chunky style can of soup, because it got lodged in the door frame as I was making my way out. I was going to slam the door behind me, but that can of soup had rolled in and lodged in there. I was just worried that if I didn't get out of there quick, there'd be something flying through my windshield and shit, So I got out, pulled away, and of course I was worried that, next it's going to be little sister, getting mauled by both bigger sister and maybe her mom too, And I considered calling the police, having them go over there to check, but little sister phoned me and says that they had left, that she kicked them out of the house. And she wanted me to turn back and come get them again, and I was like, whoa, it's way too hot over there for me to go right back, we gotta wait till it's safe. And so I stuck close out there. I just kind of drove around, tooled around and stuff, and waited. In the interim, I guess Chris had told her ex, who lived down the road, and he came over, and him and little sister got in a fight. And he broke her door down. They got in a fight, and I guess she ended up calling the police or something. But it was, any case, I drove around for a while. I was out there, for a few hours, waiting for things to cool down, police to go away, Chris to drive away. Her mom came over and took her kids. And so eventually it was getting dark, and she was alone. And so I pulled in and grabbed her and went to town. And she just stayed in town with me for the night. And we meant to pick up stuff that she needed, like she wanted to buy a new crib and all of that stuff. But she was worried about, what was going on back at the home front, because when her door got kicked in, like it made it so it can't lock and close. And so her house is basically open to whatever, while she was in town. So pretty much first thing in the morning, she was thinking, let's just go back and you can drop me off back there. I'm too worried about my house and all of this. Got to get my kids. And so we started our way back, and as we were driving back across the reserve, her Blood Tribe police phoned, and they were at her house and looking for her, and they wanted to talk with both of us. And so they asked if we would just meet them at the police station in Standoff, and so we did. And when we got there, they arrested little sister, and I thought they were going to arrest me too. I thought, oh no, I bet Chris is trying to charge me for the assault that she did, But that wasn't the case. But they did want, a full statement from me on everything that had happened there. And so I gave it to them, and they asked me if I wanted to press any charges, and of course I said no, and then, I went home, but I expected I was going to have to go pick up little sister when she got out of jail, and I didn't think she'd be in there long. They were arresting her for assault, for that fight with her ex, and I figured it would just be her going in there and getting fingerprinted and making a statement and all of that kind of thing. But they ended up keeping her till just after midnight, and then she had, I don't know who picked her up, maybe her dad, or maybe Blood Tribe Police just drove her home. I don't know. But in any case, next day comes around, even Tuesday, that day where after being at the police station, I go home, stuff starts hitting the internet. And when I had gotten into the truck, after this skirmish in the house, and my mouth was all bloody and stuff, I took a picture of myself and posted it on my social media and wrote that it was a real nappy kind of day. And then Chris took that picture and posted it all over social media, and said that I'm a pig, I've been fucking her little sister, and I'm a pedophile. But just for the record, little sister is 23-year-old and mama of 2. I don't think that's falls within the pedophile criteria. If somebody calls me a pervert or something, or they think that about me because I would see anyone that much younger than me, that's fine. I'll accept that. I don't mind. Even when Chris called me a pig, okay, I'll accept that. But I think when you start throwing that language around, pedo and stuff, that's too dangerous. And then I start seeing other people, including her ex, start saying stuff like just straight out lies about how when I left Red Crow College, it was because I got fired for being a pedophilia, or when I left Samus employment, it was for that. It wasn't like I never got any. I got in some trouble at Samus when Brittany and I got together, because she was a Samus client and had been in one of my programs, and but it's not a school situation, and again, girl in her 20s is an adult who can make whatever decision she wants. In Brittany's case, her family didn't have a problem with it, her parents didn't have a problem with it, so my employer trying to have a problem with it was not going to fly. And I told them that, it's none of their business. And so they had to back off. But I did, I did, but that wasn't what got me fired. What got me fired was I kept coming to work smelling like a skunk. So that's what's happening. Yeah, Chris posted stuff like that all over the place, not only on her own social media, but she posted on Lethbridge Roastin' Toasts. She posted on Blood Tribe community pages and stuff like this. And it's slander, and it's what do you call it? What did Amber Turd get sued for by Johnny Depp? It's that, You can't just say anything you want about somebody. If it ends up affecting me economically, or I feel like it does, I think there's pretty good evidence for for me to do something about that, to get some compensation for that or something. But as it is, I'm just letting it play out, telling my side of the story, and That's what it is. Now, whatever effect they thought they wanted to have spreading that stuff around on social media, it I don't think it's going to have the effect that they wanted. I have a date, in fact, with somebody for this coming weekend, and so I'm looking forward to that. Somebody I knew that I haven't ever had a date with, so my life will move on. But right now there's people stuck on hating me and trying to punish me with their hate. So that's what it is. That's the story, my side of the story. I'm gonna pop back up on this ridge. There was a kind of a smaller rattlesnake den up this way. I'm gonna see if anybody's over there. Golden bean, oatseekin in Blackfoot, like a shoe, 'cause the flower's shape. Oatseekin. This is the next lunar cycle that's coming up. It'll be the first summer cycle, and it's called Opistishkit Satos, the flower moon. But some people call it by its old name, Ootseekiniatos, after this particular flower. Hold on, I want to see what this says. Follow directions up ahead. Yeah, Ootseekiniatos. But yeah, when that flower comes out, now it's time to plant, hey? Time to plant tobacco, and whatever other, you're gardening, it's time. Oh, I'm looking for other, whatever that thing about directions is. I see a rock with some paint on it here and another rock with some paint on it there. Who knows? Yeah, that whole scene, of course, while I was in the scramble in the house, wasn't funny at all. I was afraid, somebody's gonna end up getting hurt, and I just didn't like seeing Chris turning that ugly, and any case, so it wasn't funny at all. But once I got out of there, peeled away and drove off, start playing through the story in my head like it's something right out of a comedy show, like right out of a funny movie or something. It reminds me of the episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where Larry ends up having a little affair with with his ex-wife's sister Becky and gets caught,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I think I always had a secret little crush on her.
Me too.
Yeah. It was in the daytime. I love daytime sex.
You're filled with energy.
Yes, I mean, nighttime, you're so close to going to bed.
Right.
Why are you doing that before you go to bed? The whole thing should be all flipped around.
I know. It should never
For
happen
daytime.
at night, always
Yes.
during the day.
Ah, it's John.
What's going on?
Nothing, we're just going out to dinner.
Is that working out okay?
Yeah.
Where is he? Did you have sex with my sister Becky?
Who said that?
Becky.
What did she say?
She said, guess who I fucked?
Huh.
Oh my God.
He did.
Oh my God. What are you thinking?
I was there, and she was upset, and she was sobbing, and I had consoled her, and it happened. That's
What
why.
about the money?
I told her she didn't have to share the money with me.
Oh my God.
That's like
Well,
prostitution.
it was consensual sex
my God.
between two adults. There's nothing wrong with that, as far as I know.
We were all in the living room over there when you gave a big speech and you were going to march over there and get your money back
I
for that
did march
house.
over there, and then I felt sorry for her.
Yeah, you marched over there, you got a fucking blowjob, and then you gave the house away. There's a million fucking women in the world you have to have sex with. Cheryl's sister?
What? Yeah, it's always funny when it's on the screen, but not so funny when it's in real life. But I have a whole lot of Larry David moments, you know. I wish I was a funnier storyteller, because I'd just bring that stuff to the comedy shop and actually do something with it. But yeah, I don't know. A little breezy. I think we may have seen all the species of wildflower that's out right now. On the Cooley Rims anyway. Oh, one more species. Kipiapi. The prairie crocus. Nice. Back to my truck. So I guess this will be the conclusion of the story for today. Back to our regular programming next week. But yeah, I've got a friend coming for the weekend. I'm really looking forward to a potential change, you know, something new in life.